What's up? What's up? What's up, tribe? Happy Friday. I hope everybody is doing well. And I just want to say hi to the people, and I hope everybody's having a good weekend. So far, so good. Let's get into the things of the things, you guys. Let me let everybody know that we are live and we about to get this party started. Hey, Candace, I saw you earlier. You just got the notification. Well, come on in, honey. We are going to talk about these Beverly Hills ladies today. I know we're not in a tribe meeting, but I do have a little bit of housekeeping, and then we're gonna get into the review. Let me see. Okay. All right, you guys. Let me say hi to the people. We're gonna get into the housekeeping, and then we're gonna get right into this episode. Hey, Corey, Lemon Kush, Amber, hey, Cross Country Cruiser, and thank you so much for gifting those memberships. I appreciate it so much. Hey, Yana, Budgets and Ways. Hey, Kenneth, Helen Harvey, hello. Hey, C Golden, how your mom and them? They are doing a lot better. Hey, what's up, Raven? They're doing a lot better. I gave you guys my members knew what was going on, and I gave my members an update on Sunday. But they're good. My mom still has a really bad cough. My mom still has a really bad cough, but she's doing better. So that's what's going on. My members, I had to tell my members last weekend, both of my parents had tested positive for COVID. And my dad was actually in the hospital last weekend. And so that's kind of why I really wasn't around a lot last week. I had a lot going on. But picked my dad up from the hospital Sunday. My mom never went to the hospital, but she wasn't feeling well. She said she felt like she had a really, really bad flu. So, but both of them are better now. I didn't ask her today because she tested herself yesterday. She did a home test, and it still said she was positive, but sometimes I guess it just takes a while, I guess. Yes, Kenneth, Abby said, thank you very much. If you didn't hear her, she did. Thank you for giving her some. Today is Abby's birthday. Y'all know Abby is my head mod in charge over here. She is the first lady over here. No, I didn't get it. No. I never got to. Thank God, knock on wood. I didn't get it. I did test myself, but I didn't get it because I had been around them. Yeah. But it is Abby's birthday, so I'm gonna put her Cash App in the chat. If you guys want to bless her for her birthday, feel free. Or if y'all see her come through, just wish her a happy birthday. What's her Cash App, y'all? It's $ Abby Reviews, I think. Let me double check before I post it in the chat. I don't want y'all sending money to the wrong place, honey. But if you want to bless her for her birthday, you can. You don't have to. Y'all know donations are not required over here. But they are accepted. They are not required, but they are accepted. Okay. So you know, it is all free will offering over here. Let me make sure I got the right Cash App. Hold on, that might not be right. It's not coming up. Why is it not coming up? Child, me and Abby done cashed out each other a million times. Hold on, let me see where her Cash App coming up is. Yeah, $ Abby Reviews. I don't know why it wasn't coming up when I was trying to type it in. Okay, so that's her Cash App if you guys want to bless her for her birthday. L Still SW Southwest. When I see SW, I think Southwest because DC is broken up into 4 quadrants. So Northeast, Southeast, Southwest, Northwest. But anyway, just give her something she can reach down in her purse. Right? Give her something she can just reach down in her purse. Okay? If you want to. Okay. It takes time to recover from it. Hopefully your parents will be back to 100. My hair fell. Oh no, Southern Bella. I'm so sorry to hear that. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's the first time I heard that side effect. Your hair falling out. My Lord. Okay. All right, you guys, let's get ready to get into this. I want to thank you. You guys know it is the first of the month. So that means that we were gifting memberships. I always gift. That's part of my just what I do to give back to my channel. So I do a gifting. It started off as me gifting 1 membership, but I give 5 memberships. And then my girl, Cross Country Cruiser gifted some people. So let me congratulate the people who were gifted. Caribbean Gal, Catherine McBurnett, Mary Studevant, Kurt Vixen, Quake Simmons. You guys were gifted. Congratulations. And Cross Country Cruiser gifted 5 people. And those people were JJ4 from the BK, Danny Cunningham, Vovo, Kenya, NBA, Shanquia Belton. Those were the 5 that she gifted. So congratulations to the 2 new members of the ReallyBTV channel. Listen, the way it works is, and I know if you're watching this in the replay, I'm sorry, child. You just got to red ball a little bit. We're going to get into Real Housewives in a second. But you are a member for a month, right? It does not automatically renew on anybody's card. It's a 30-day trial run. If you decide you want to stay a member, then you can go ahead and join the membership on your own. If not, you can just enjoy the perks for the next 30 days. Go look at some of the old membership videos that are on private, that are in the membership only. We have little conversations. Y'all learn a little bit more about my personal business. We talk about what we got going on in our life. There's my 10K celebration video is on private. So you guys, if you want to go back and watch that, all those things are going on in the private. Now, going into the holiday season, y'all know how much I love the holidays and how much I love Christmas. So I am doing my 12 days of Christmas again this year. So for the 10 people who were just gifted a membership, lucky for you, because here's what happens. You have to be a member on December the 1st. You have to be a member by December the 1st. Now, you don't have to, you got all month to join, but your name goes into Tracy loves my wonderful Jack Daniels box. Your name goes into the Jack Daniels box. And for 12 days in the month of December, I will pull a member's name out of the box and you guys will receive a special treat from me. Now, last year I had a couple of hiccups, but I have fixed the system. And I thank y'all for working through me. Right. Yana was one of the people. Yana was one of the people that had a hiccup with. She just got her gift because, listen, I apologize. But I think most people did get their gifts within a couple of weeks. I don't know what with Yana, but I love her and she loves me. And I appreciate her. I appreciate her sticking with me and not cussing me out. But so that's what it is. So I fixed the system. Everybody will get their gift in a timely manner this year. But that is what it is. Okay. Now let's get into these Beverly Hills Housewives situation. And I got some things to say. And if I got time, I'll even drop the link at the end if anybody want to come up and add their 2 cents. Let's see how long it take us to get through this this review. Well, I ain't gonna say it shouldn't take long because I do have some things to say, but I don't have a lot to say about a lot of it. Okay. Because life be life, man. Thank you, Yana. I appreciate you understanding. Yes, Miss Bay thing, the infamous box, honey. So yeah, so you guys are members. You just have to be a member by December the 1st, and then we will go from there. So anyway, moving on. So we start this episode off. We have Erica and we have Dorit meeting up down to the park for Dorit to further talk to Erica about her friendship. And she said, Erica, honestly, when, I brought up my issue with you, I really expected you to lead with an apology. Yet you led with all the reasons why you did what you did instead of just saying it made you feel some kind of way and I'm sorry. Well, Erica was very apologetic all of a sudden when the rest of the group wasn't around and it was just her and Dorit one-on-one. All of a sudden, she had all this apology and all this empathy. And I'm just like, girl. So then Dorit opened up to Erica and said, listen, me and PK did have a rough year, right? We absolutely did have a rough year. And so that's why it kind of hit me some kind of way because we absolutely did have a rough year. So it was a lot going on. And I appreciate the apology, although, I think she would have appreciated it a lot sooner. And Erica was like, well, girl, I do value your friendship because, hell, I ain't got too many friends. So I need to hold on to the ones I have, and I need to figure out how to be a better friend to my friends. Erica, girl, you 60 years old. It's not that hard. Like, if you, at this point in your life, don't know how to maintain friendships, I mean, I don't know what to say. Y'all know Erica Jane used to be my favorite. But these last couple of years, I'm just peeling back the onion, and I always thought that the Ice Queen was an act. Girl, last week when she asked her therapist, how do I show empathy with a straight face? And I was like, girl, are you a serial killer? How do you not know how to show empathy? So I was a little confused by that. So then we head over to Sutton's house. Now, Sutton is meeting with a matchmaker. Well, first we see her talking to Garcel, and they're talking about their trip to Vegas. They're taking Crystal to Vegas for her birthday. And she meeting with a matchmaker. Listen, I am here for it. I understand what I understand what Sutton is going through on a different level. Sutton was married to her high school sweetheart. They built this life together, and then it was gone, right? I'm not saying it happened overnight. We know these things don't happen overnight, but it was gone. And now she is older. Her children are grown. She doesn't need a man for anything. She wants companionship. She wants a man. And she is having a really hard time finding someone to share her life with where she currently is. And understanding that also she is no longer interested in putting herself in a space where she gives up her power to a man again. And so I can understand that, and I can respect that. I feel like Sutton's a little quirky. Let's call a thing a thing. Sutton's a little quirky, but I like her, and I truly believe that there's somebody for everybody. Like, I truly believe that no matter how tall you are, how short you are, how fat you are, how light you are, dark, whatever, how quirky you are, I feel like there's somebody that compliments you. You just got to find that person. And it's not just, I don't feel like there's just one person in the world, but you got to find that person. And, she's having a hard time doing it. So we see her talking to like this matchmaker to the stars. She said, she is tired of swiping left down to the app. Okay. And so we see her talking to the lady, and I don't feel like her criteria is all that picky. Like, I don't feel like she was saying, he can't have a toe that's big, like a toe that is longer than his big. I don't feel like she was being that quirky. She was like, look, I need him to be college educated. I want him to be tall. She said we could talk about the money later. But here's the thing. I ain't mad at her for saying I ain't dating no broke dude. The woman's rich. Now, she just happens to be out here on the streets and she run into a dude and he don't have a lot of money and they fall in love. That's one thing. But I'll be honest with you, I'm not going to pay no matchmaker to hook me up with somebody that I don't feel like I'm evenly yoked with. That's just me. Now, if I meet him on the street or we stumble across each other, well, that's another conversation. So I didn't feel like she was asking for anything that was ridiculous. I didn't feel like that. Budget and Way says, Dorit, Erica, and Kyle, along with Renna, they are just surface friends, aka co-workers. I don't buy their version of friendship because clearly they suck at it. Budgets and Ways, I'm gonna say this. I think that I'm not gonna say I don't think that I think that they're what they consider to be friends. You know what I'm saying? I agree with you that those are not the kind of friendships that I want. Like, I think that Sutton and Garcel are friends. They are really, truly friends. And I think that they have a real friendship outside of the cameras. I do agree with you though that Kyle, Dorit, Erica, and Renna are co-workers. Now I do think that Kyle and Dorit built a real friendship, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I think their friendship, what's up, Nay? I think their friendship was more so built off of their husbands being friends. Like I feel like PK and Mauricio really truly became friends. And as a result, the four of them hung out a lot. I don't know if Dorit and Kyle were ever close friends, but I think that their version of friendship, which isn't the type of friendship I want. You see what I'm saying? Like there are different types of friendships out here. That just ain't the kind of friendship I want. Okay, that ain't my kind of friendship. But we're gonna move on. So next, let me look at my notes, child, because my notes were out of order because my cable went out while the show was on. That's why I couldn't do my review the other night because I had to wait for it to come back on again at like 12 o'clock and then come back around. All right, so there was that. So where do we go next? Okay, so then we have a scene with Crystal and her brother Jeff. Listen, first of all, I'm curious to see if Sutton can meet her level of rich man that isn't going to want to be in control and in charge. Now she did say that. She said she did not want a man that was going to lead her. But see, that's her coming out of her marriage. And I'm not saying she doesn't mean it. I think she does mean it. But I think when people hear the word control or lead, and they were in, like she said, in her marriage, she wasn't invited to the boardroom. All the decisions were made without her. And she said the boardroom is where the power is. She said the only thing she was really allowed to make any decisions on was the family vacation. And that's just because her husband wasn't going to be there. So he didn't care about where they went or any of that because she said he only came at the end. So he probably showed up the last couple of days or wherever it was they went just enough to say, Daddy's here. But she didn't, she said she wasn't invited to the conversation. So when people went through something like that and they hear the word lead and control, again, it's a hard thing to give up when you just reclaimed your power. Hey, Montrez. So I agree with you on that one, ASB. I agree with you on that one. Okay. Let me say this before I forget. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all know my brain. Y'all know my ADHD. Make sure if you are interested in receiving memberships, make sure you have received gifts on. You have to go into the settings of your YouTube app and make sure you have it on because somebody said something to me. It seems like the same people keep getting memberships. Well, it's an algorithm just like everything on YouTube. So they base it off of activity on the channel. Do you watch the videos? Do you comment on the videos? Are you in the chat? Maybe not necessarily always dropping down, but are you there? And so that is how the people are picked. So if you want to be considered for a membership, just make sure that you have that part on. Like I said, I'm sorry, I got to say stuff when I think of it or I'll forget. Crystal and her brother Jeff. Is it? Was I the only one that was shocked when she said her brother older than her? Her brother's older than her. I thought her brother was younger than her. Am I the only one that thought her brother was younger than her? Hey, Lauren. Didn't he say that? Correct me if I'm wrong. I thought she said that her brother was older than her. Did I? Hold on. Hold on a second. I'm gonna check. I had it playing in the background, and it literally was at the part where her brother. So I said, "Well, hold on, let me listen." Because when she said that her brother is older than her, I said, "What?" Now, either he had some really good Botox, or she need to find some because I really truly thought that that he was a lot. I thought he was a lot younger than her. Am I the only one that was shocked by that? See, Miss Missy Miss. I'm gonna have to call you Miss Missy Miss. Miss Missy Miss said the same thing. She said she rewinded and listened again because she wanted to make sure she heard what she heard. Bro, I did the same thing. Anyway, hey everybody coming in, you guys. Come on in, hit that like button, take a seat. So I'm gonna be honest with you, I really didn't care nothing about this scene. She talked about her brother being a pop star. We know we learned that the first season. She said during the pandemic, her brother lived with her. We know that we learned that during the first season. She said that her brother was engaged, but because they insisted that he come home during the Panorama, his fiance, they broke up, and she feels like her brother blames her. Listen. A lot of people went through a lot of things during the Panorama, girl. It's not about you. It ain't. I mean, yeah, I get it. I understand why you felt that way. I get it that you insisted that he come. But a lot of people did that during the Panorama. They lived with family members. They were stuck places. People were stuck out of the country. People were stuck across the country. Like, it happened, girl. If they was going and even if they broke up during the Panorama, once it was over and he was able to go home, they could have worked that out. I mean, I get it that was a long distance and that was a long time to be away from your fiance. But damn, if y'all was that much in love before the Panorama that y'all was about to get married, y'all couldn't make it work. I mean, a lot of us were sequestered from our family members. You know? Anyway, hey, Paul. I never found Crystal or her story interesting. She's annoying and trying too hard for me. Yeah, I don't care nothing about Crystal or her brother. I'm just being real honest. I don't care. All right. Then we have this whole situation with Dorit and Kyle and PK trying to surprise Dorit. Now, first of all, let me tell y'all something. There is something, and y'all, maybe this is where I'm missing Lisa Rinna. I don't know. But there's something so disingenuous about every scene I see Dorit and Kyle in. It is something that none of it rings real or true to me. And I don't know if this is the Lisa Rinna effect. I don't know if this is because, I mean, Caribbean gal, congratulations on becoming a member for the month. You were gifted a membership, my love. So congratulations to you. I mean, is it me? So first of all, we see Kyle pull up in her brand new Range Rover, $165,000 Range Rover. And Dorit is like, oh my gosh, Kyle, I'm so obsessed with your new car. It's beautiful. It's just like mine. Dorit, why you can't let that woman have it? Why you can't let that woman have it? Why it have to be, oh, it's just like mine? Girl. She probably didn't really want to get married, and that's a perfect excuse to act this. Who you talking about didn't want to get married? So they get in the car, and Dorit is like, Kyle, are you okay? I mean, it's just something, I feel something is just off. Your energy is just off. And Kyle was like, girl, what you mean? She said, I mean, I'm just saying, it's just something is just off. I mean, is everything okay? And Kyle was like, well, I mean, things have been better with Mauricio and I, but we're working through, And she said, okay, because, I just feel it. I just feel this vibe. And, if you ever want to talk, I'm here. See, that's not the kind of stuff. First of all, her answer to your question, she was like, I mean, I see your Instagram and I just don't see, I don't see you with Mauricio a lot. And it's been ages since the four of us have all hung out. I mean, we used to vacation together. Let me tell y'all something. This is not how friends talk to each other. And this goes back to what Budget and Waves was saying at the beginning. Like, I shouldn't say it like that, but it just sounded so like I be like, one of my friends, and I'll be like, girl, what's going on with you? What's up? And if she is giving me the hesitation and she's giving me the I don't want to talk about it, I'm gonna give her that look like, girl, I know. And she gonna give me the look like, girl, I know you know. And I'm gonna say, all right then. That means, well, whenever you're ready to talk about it, girl, I'll be here to listen. All of that, well, Kyle, I noticed, da 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 da. And it just was, and again, I know we're filming the show, but even the way the conversation flowed, it didn't flow. Right, Miss Missy Miss, because they pre-discussed. And the thing is, I know they do that all the time, but I guess they usually do a better job. They usually do a better job of selling it. And I said, that's why I said, maybe this is the Lisa Rinna effect, because they usually do a better job of selling it. You see what I'm saying? I wouldn't be surprised if they're reading from a script. Their interaction was about as fake as Dorit's multiple personalities and accents. Yeah. So then Kyle says, well, Dorit thinks I'm taking her to lunch, but I'm not really taking her to lunch. I'm taking her, PK wants to surprise her. They want to act out Pretty Woman. And I don't know, that's not much of a compliment. I mean, basically, are you calling your wife a sex worker? Girl, stop being so damn literal. It's a cute movie. Yes, it's about Julia Roberts being a sex worker, but it's a love story at the end of the day. And he wanted to reenact the moment with Richard Gere, when she gets the night they go to the opera, and he sends her out to go shopping. And so they go to the Beverly, Wilshire, and there's a hotel room. And the first thing Dorit says is, Kyle, what's going on here? I mean, you didn't get the presidential suite? Girl, what? You don't even know what you there for yet, and you worried about the suite? Girl, you don't even know why you there. You could have gotten the presidential suite. You don't even know why you there, girl. So then Dorit starts having this whole anxiety attack, this whole panic attack about what's going on. I don't understand. And Kyle was like, girl, nothing looks familiar to you. Like one of your favorite movies, think romance movies, and she was like, is this supposed to be Pretty Woman? I mean, in the movie, he ordered everything on the menu. I mean, I got a fruit plate. Girl, what? Probably because PK know you ain't gonna eat shit. Okay? Because the Wegovy or the Ozempic or whatever the fuck it is you doing ain't gonna let you eat for so much. So yeah, he ordered you a fruit plate, girl. Then Dorit talking about, oh my gosh, Kyle is just giving me so much more anxiety. It's my anniversary, and she's not serving me. She's not fixing my plate. She's not pouring me a drink. She's not doing anything. I mean, what kind of celebration is this? But girl, I thought you ain't know what was going on. So Kyle then calls PK on the phone because she was like, you doing too much. So she calls PK on the phone, and PK is talking to Kyle like, oh my gosh, can you just tell her to chill out? Like, tell her I got this covered. Tell her just tell her I got it. Like, can you get her to chill out? So then Dorit ends up calling PK. She's like, what about my kids? Who's with the kids? Girl, I know you got a nanny. Stop playing with me. I know you got a nanny. And you know what I can't stand? You know what I can't stand? I cannot stand these women who act like their husbands can't handle the kids. Now, listen, I don't know their personal situation. I don't know if PK is a hands-off type of dad. I don't know that. But what I do know is that PK can handle making sure that the kids are okay for a couple of hours. I promise you he can. Y'all have a whole nanny. It's not like he went on Instagram and posted that he needed a babysitter for the night who wants to come and do it. I'm sure that whoever y'all have in y'all home taking care of y'all children have been vetted, come through a reputable agency, and y'all paid them a lot of money. Like, stop it. So all of this, oh my gosh, where are my kids? Who has my kids? Who has my kids? Girl, go sit down somewhere. So she calls PK and he puts the kids on the phone so that I guess it'll calm her nerves. So she said, I feel so much better after I talk to my kids. And they were like, Mom, calm down. Dad's got this. Go sit down. Just enjoy it. It's okay. Now, what we found out was that last Christmas, 2 months after the robbery, or however many months after the robbery, Dorit was down to the shopping mall. She said she had taken $10,000 out of the bank to do some Christmas shopping. First of all, Teresa Judice, where are you shopping that you couldn't just run your debit card? Where are you shopping that you couldn't just run your Amex card, American Express, Visa, hell, Discover card? Where are you shopping that you needed to go to the bank and withdraw $10,000 to go Christmas shopping? Second of all, you said that you were at the store, and when you got to the register, you realized that somebody had stolen the $10,000 out of your bag, that your bag was gone and your money. So basically, you're saying that somebody stole your purse because they didn't know that $10,000 was in your purse. Girl, listen, let me tell you something. I have walked around with large amounts of money on me before. Not $10,000, but I've walked around with a couple of $1,000s in my purse. For whatever reason, I'm moving money from one place to the next, or whatever things have happened, and I have had large amounts of money on me before for different reasons. When I was getting work done to my house, I had money for the contractors. I've done it, right? Do you know how nervous I was with knowing that I had a couple of $1,000s in my purse? Do you know how hard I held on to my wallet? I don't give a damn if I stopped at the 7-Eleven. Do y'all hear what I'm telling you? I don't care if I stopped at the 7-Eleven to run inside to get me a Slurpee. Baby, that purse was strapped up across me. Okay? If it wasn't a crossbody, I made it a crossbody. Okay? That thing was right here. That thing was right here. And especially if you were at, because here's the thing. Where were you at the grocery store? Because where else would you have been that maybe the Walmart or the Target, but you had to be somewhere that had a shopping cart. Because where else would you be that your purse was somewhere that you would even have walked away from it? Y'all feel, are y'all believing this one? Now, Dorit, I ain't trying to call you no liar, but I am going to say that what you saying don't make no damn sense, okay? None of that made sense. So she said all of that to say to us that her anxiety and her PTSD is even higher. And that's why she said, I was a control freak before, but now I'm even a bigger control freak. Girl, no, you just a fool. Because even if I believe you, you a fool. And that ain't got nothing to do with PTSD, none of that. You were out during the Christmas holidays shopping, which is already a high time where people get robbed. Like, let's just call a thing. They tell you to be careful, to be vigilant, to be all of that. Because it's already a time where people take advantage and they looking for a lick. They looking to hit a lick, right? And then she said, and when they ran back the tape, there were 3 men following me through the store. Girl, it wasn't no 3 men following you. Don't know. It was probably, first of all, if I believe the story happened, which I really don't. But if I believe the story happened, it don't take 3 men to pick up your purse out of a cart. Like, girl, come on, Dorit. Let's call a thing a thing. It does not take 3 men to pick up your Gucci, Louis, Fendi, Prada, Hermes. It does not take 3 men to pick up your purse out of a cart. It just does not. It doesn't. Right, budget and ways, and is 3 your lucky number? Because, girl, right, Sweet Pea, she must have been at the Walmart or the Target. Because, girl, where were you that you walked away from your cart? And Why it take you that long to realize your purse was missing? You got all the way to the register before you realized your purse was gone? Listen, I'm not saying that none of this could happen. I'm saying I don't believe her. I mean, I know people have had their purses stolen out of the car. I know it happens all the time. I ain't saying that it doesn't happen. I'm saying I don't believe her. Okay? That's how I feel about it. That's my 2 cents. Okay? All right. Now, little baby, I'm gonna drop the link if you have time. I don't know if you're at work or not, but if you were only on your break and you want to come up for a few minutes, let me know. But I'm gonna drop the link when I get to the end, honey. Okay, now we're gonna get back to PK and Dorit and Kyle and that whole situation. We're gonna get back to that in a minute. But let's go over to the other side of town where Sutton is hosting lunch with Garcel. And again, I told you I really like Sutton and Garcel together because I think that they really truly are genuinely friends. And I think that these conversations are genuine and legit. You can tell that these aren't things that they've talked about for the first time. You could tell that these are conversations that they've had with each other. So Sutton is telling Garcel about meeting up with the matchmaker. And by the way, I like this dress that Sutton has in her confessional. You know, sometimes Sutton's aesthetic be hit or miss for me. But I really did like that dress. I thought it was cute. That blue with the flowers. I'm sure it's like Dolce and Gabbana or something. But it's gorgeous. And I don't know what the bottom looks like, but I like the top. And maybe I need to leave it like that because the bottom might disappoint me. But I like the top Sutton. I do, girl. So then we find out she asked her about Jax. And Garcel is very emotional and she's crying. And she's saying how Jax wanted to go live with the dad. Now, let me say this, Garcel, listen, I'm going to say this to you, girl. And again, I'm not in your life. I'm not with you day to day. And I'm certainly have not had these conversations with your sons, okay? But based on being on the outside looking in, go with your first gut. Because she said, you know, my first thought was he was just being a brat. And he was just pushing my buttons to see how far he could push me and see what he could get away with. Him wanting to live with his father was him seeing how much he could get away with, which tells me that the father's not as strict maybe as you are, and maybe there aren't as many rules at daddy's house, right? Let me tell you something. And now I know in real time on Watch What Happens Live, Garcel said that they're in a much better place and that, you know, they've been able to talk some things through and yada, 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 yada. But let me tell you something. I was here for Garcel. And this is how you know they really are friends, because Garcel leaned over. She put her hand on Garcel. Sutton leaned over. She put her hand on Garcel's arm. And she said all of that. She said, that's fine. I hear what you're saying, girl. But listen, teenage boys are assholes. Tell her something. She said teenage boys are assholes at that age. First of all, I just think teenagers are assholes at that age because I deal with them every day. But she said, listen, you're a good mom. You did right. And he'll figure it out. He'll realize that you were there for him and you would have won. Because when they get older, they're going to appreciate the rules. They're going to appreciate, right, it's that fun parent drama. Exactly. So when he gets older, he's going to accept it and respect it. But I didn't like the fact that on Watch What Happens Live, Garcel was talking that bullshit. And some of y'all was in my comments talking that bullshit. And this is my opinion. I love y'all, and I hope y'all still love me too. But this is my opinion. That's that bullshit, okay? Talking about, well, you know, I'm just glad that Jax was able to feel comfortable enough, you know, to talk to me. She said, because, you know, I never would have been able to talk to my mom like that. I mean, I'd have been picking up my teeth. And he should have been picking up his. And even Andy talking about, you know, I think that's great that he felt comfortable enough to be honest with you. See, again, I keep telling y'all, honesty don't mean you got to be rude. You could be honest without being rude. And I didn't have a problem with Jax being honest. I had a problem with Jax being rude. And in my opinion, and it ain't going to change, and I love y'all who think differently, but in my opinion, he was rude to her, and I think he was trying to embarrass her. That is my opinion. Now, they may have talked through some things, and he may have even had some legitimate points. But the way he chose to express himself, I thought was rude. And I thought he was trying to embarrass her. That's my opinion. Budget said, I used to see how far I could push my mama when I was a teenager until she reminded me quickly she was the mama and I paid no rent, no job, and I was still a child. Listen, I done told y'all, for those of you who are new here, you might not know, but I done told y'all a long time ago, me and my mama weren't friends until I was out of her house. And when I mean like out of her house. Growing up, she was my mama and I was her child. And yeah, we had fun times together and we enjoyed each other. But baby, there was never a question about them lines being crossed. I promise you, there was never a question about those lines being crossed. Now, when I got to college and I thought I was grown and I would come back home, my mama had to remind me, you might be able to come and go in that dorm room as how you please. You might be able to come in the middle of the night. Hell, you might even be able to spend the night and I don't know nothing about it. And my mother used to tell me, because I said, well, Mom, you know, I live in a dorm or I'm off campus and I do what I want. She said, yeah, but I don't know about it. She said, in this house, I hear you coming and going. And what I think a lot of kids don't understand is, and for the parents in the room, y'all can put a 1 in the room and y'all put a 1 in the chat if I'm telling the truth. I don't think a lot of kids, myself included, when I was a child, I don't think that y'all understand that that parents don't sleep good. When y'all not home, when the kids ain't in the house, parents don't sleep good. And my mama used to tell me all the time, what you doing down there in North Carolina, I don't know nothing about. I don't know what time you coming in and what time you going out. I don't even know who you with when you down there. All I can do is pray about all of that. But when you home, I know. And what you're not going to do, I don't care if you 20, 23. If you in my house, there are rules to be here. Now, you ain't got to like it. You can go. And I still love you. But you can go. And when you get your own place, I won't know what time you coming and going when you at your own place. I won't know nothing about it. But when you in this house, I hear you coming in. I hear you going out. I know when you're not here. It wasn't until my mother told me I can't sleep until you're in that I understood. Right. And I don't think teenagers really get, because I didn't. I'll be honest, I didn't. What you say, Nate? Hold on, let me see what Nate said. Agreed, and I'm glad his twin looked at him. Oh yeah. His brother was looking at him like, bruh, you tripping. So, but again, that scene told me that these two really are friends. Because baby, the way Sutton leaned over, that was Sutton's way of saying, don't you put this on you. Sutton let her know, don't you take this weight. This ain't on you. Don't you take this weight. I said, I know that's right, Sutton. Sutton leaned over and put her hand on Garcel's arm, and she said, teenage boys are assholes. I said, I know that. I was here for all of it. Okay. But I thought that was a great moment. That was a really genuine moment. I thought it was a great moment. And we don't see that side of Garcel a lot either. And I was here for Garcel. We don't see that emotional breakdown side of Garcel a lot. You know what I mean? So I was here for it. My mom and grandmama still can't sleep until we're all in the house. Yeah, I mean, you know, when you live there, and the way my parents' house was set up, coming in the house, the front door, well, it's technically the side door, but that's the door everybody uses. We can always tell when somebody new is coming to the house because they go to the front door. Nobody uses the front door. We all use the side door. But the side door is literally right underneath my parents' bedroom. And when we were kids, it was literally right underneath it. Now, my parents added a sunroom. Like we had a porch. They closed in the porch and made it a sunroom, and they expanded their bedroom. So now the front door isn't technically under their room, but literally when we were kids, the front door was literally under their bed. Like they could hear the door open and close. So, you know, again, as an adult, I see it differently, you know. But anyway, now while that is going on, I wish I would my mama be on me like, why do I? Okay. And because of his brat little behavior, fools on social media is questioning her parents and like she a villain. Right. And I hate it. That's why I was like, girl, don't you take, I was with Sutton, girl, don't you take that weight. We got too many. Y'all about to make me go left. I ain't going left again. I'm gonna leave it right here. Now, while this is going on, down to the Beverly, Wilshire, Dorit is still throwing a fit. Child, she done broke for a wall. She is talking to the producers. She is asking the producers what's going on. And the producers are like, girl, ask Dorit. I mean, ask Kyle. Kyle won't tell me. Kyle doesn't know. Like, you are really doing a lot. You are really doing the most. And then something interesting happened. confessional. PK threw a jab at Mauricio and Kyle, which I thought was interesting because, again, I thought these people were your friends in real life. You know what, Budget? Let me change what I said at the beginning. You're right, girl. I was trying to. I said, there are different types of friendship. Girl, you're right. The more and more I talk this thing through, the more and more I agree with you. They ain't friends. Because that was unnecessary. The jab, because what he said was Kyle wouldn't understand about throwing surprises because Mauricio never did this type of thing for her. I said that was unnecessary. This ain't even about them. Why are you throwing a jab at Kyle and Mauricio? Kyle's trying to help your dumb ass set this surprise up for your ungrateful ass wife. So then, next thing you know, the stylist is there, and all of a sudden, Dorit was like, "Oh, I feel better now. I feel better because here come her glam squad. Oh, I feel better. He's got a rack full of red dresses." She was like, "Oh, he wants me to wear a red dress, bitch. You think?" Now all of a sudden that you see your glam squad there, now all of a sudden everything is perfect. Because see, what you thought that PK had planned this surprise and was going to have you out there looking crazy because you wasn't ready for a night out. You was ready for lunch with Kyle. So once you saw your glam squad and you saw that your makeup and your hair and your outfit and all that was going to be straight, then you were cool. Now all of a sudden you were great. Yeah. I said, if this ain't this bullshit. She was perfectly fine once she saw the glam squad. Now all of a sudden everything's cool. Our front and back door was so squeaky. My aunt refused to put WD-40 on it so she could hear us coming in. I know. Listen, we had our front door. It had a heavy. You could just hear it, child. You could hear it. Exactly. They don't throw jabs at them for renting homes instead of buying them. Oh, you better say it. Oh my goodness, Dorit is stupid. Take a couple of grapes, put on the robe, soak in the tub, order some chicken wings, and chill in that big king size bed. I will be loving it up. Listen, I will be living it up too. But listen, first of all, and this is another thing that let me know. See, Budget, I had to change everything I said. You're right, girl. You're right. Girl or guy, I'm sorry if I but I'm with you because now the more and more I think about it, the more and more I'm like, right. They keep showing us that they ain't really friends because if my husband was planning a surprise for me, and this is supposed to be a good friend of mine, I ain't saying that they best friends, but I can tell now that my husband has my friend in on the Kahoot, right? My friend is in on the surprise, right? She's helping my husband put this together. I would trust between my husband and my friend, I would trust that it's gonna be all good. And here's the thing, and I'll get into this too. Here's the thing. And if it isn't perfect, I'm going along for the ride. Even if it isn't perfect, I'm going along for the ride. My husband tried to put together a beautiful evening for me, where he tried to think of everything. He put me up in a nice hotel. Okay, he didn't get the presidential suite. Okay, so what? It's the fucking Beverly Wilshire, right? He took care of the kids for the night because I done talked to the kids and they told me they good. He got food in the suite. He got my best friend, or not my best friend, but one of my friends. I'm like you. I would be cool. I'd have been sitting out on that balcony talking to Kyle saying, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. It's my anniversary and I'm so excited about what he's planning for me. And then they had the nerve, right, just say thank you, damn. And then they had the nerve to do the throwback of all the different extravagant surprises. I put that in air quotes because Charlie was surprises. But all of these extravagant gestures and surprises that they've done over the years. And you mean to tell me that you don't trust this man to plan a damn dinner for you? Girl, and you putting all this on your PTSD from the robbery. And So PK shows up to the hotel. You know, they meet at the bar, right? They meet at the bar, have some cocktails. You know, he gives her that, you know, like the whole, you know, out of the whole pretty woman situation. And Dorit looks gorgeous, of course. You know, they go upstairs, and the room now has been now they are in the presidential suite. Okay, so the room that you complained about was just the place for you to get your glam done, ma'am. Okay, it was a regular hotel room so you could get your hair did and your makeup did and get your outfit and get dressed. Okay, now you are in the presidential suite, and it is beautifully decorated. There's red roses everywhere. He even got a live singer singing "Take My Breath Away." Now, sir, that is from Top Gun. That is not from Pretty Woman. Now, I understand that maybe there's no ballad in Pretty Woman that is iconic, but I'm just going to go ahead and tell y'all the truth. Every time I hear "Take My Breath Away," I think about Goose dying down to the Top Gun. It don't give me no romantic feels. For those of you who are 80s babies or 70s babies, you already know when you hear "Take My Breath Away," it take me back to Top Gun when Goose died. Am I the only one? Put it in the chat. Am I the only one that when I hear "Take My Breath Away," I think about Goose dying? Am I the only one? But neither here nor there, child. She sang that song, and they was dancing and crying. And, you know, PK is trying to fix Dorit's plate. She's complaining about him trying to fix her plate. Talking about, "You can stop, Bubba. I got it, Bubba. Okay, that's enough, Bubba." And now she's, you know, she's in her confessional saying, "I don't really need all of this. Like, I just need you around the house. I need you to help with the kids. I need you to help, blah, blah, blah." See, this... Y'all, this is what we're going to stop doing. Motorcycle ride. Yeah, it just don't bring me to that. But anyway, child. But this is what we're going to stop doing. And this is coming from somebody that don't have it. So maybe, you know, this might be a situation of you don't get it until you get it. But let's be clear. Ma'am, you're complaining about your husband not helping more around the house. You're complaining about your husband not helping with the kids. You're complaining that your husband is not helping you with your schedule and that he's in London a lot and that he's traveling a lot. Ma'am, you got a nanny. You got a housekeeper. You have an assistant. You want him to help you do the stuff that you pay somebody to do? And as far as the traveling and stuff is concerned, sir, I'm sorry, ma'am. Wasn't he traveling before when y'all first started dating? What I mean, is he traveling more or less? Is he traveling more or less? And I get it. Okay, y'all got 2 kids and things a little different. And I'm with PK. PK was mad as hell. You can see it written all over his face. He said, "Well, I tell you what, I ain't gonna do this no more." And I'm with you, PK. Listen, if all she wanted you to do was help clean up the house and play with the kids, you could have probably saved yourself about $10,000, sir. I mean, I don't know how much all that stuff costs, but we just gonna put a cap on it and say 10,000. But it was probably more than that. Hell, the decoration for that room with all them damn red roses was probably $5,000. Shit. And then however much you paid that lady to come and sing, and then the jewelry that you bought, and then the stylist and the club. Child, you could have saved yourself a whole lot of money. I think about Tom Cruise and Kelly McGillis kissing because they played that song during that romantic scene. Okay, Lauren, I always just think about Goose dying because it just reminds me of the movie and it reminds me of that part. But okay, I'm gonna give you that, girl. I'm gonna give you that, girl. I was sitting here and I was like, "You ungrateful wench." And I'm not saying that everything is perfect because I get it. Like, marriages aren't perfect. Things go up and down and they ebb and flow. But if this is supposed to make us feel sorry for you, if this is supposed to make us feel like, "Oh, PK is so horrible. Oh, PK, oh, PK." If that's what this is supposed to do, it ain't. It ain't. This did not make me feel no kind of way. Just like this next scene ain't gonna make me feel no kind of way. Hold on a second, y'all. I'll be right back. Way more than 10K. Yes, he go. You right. You right. Hold on, y'all. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. She said all that money paid for the fire department to be on standby for all those candles. Child, okay. I actually felt bad for him because he didn't have to do anything. Right? I mean, hell, he could have just bought her a new Birkin or some shit and went on about his business. I mean, it just be like, y'all, sometimes people do the most when the least will do every time, honey, every time. So now that's where we left them. Now let's get over to Kyle's house and this whole situation. First of all, it's the baby's birthday. So they having a family dinner over to Kyle's house. What's Portia? That's no girl's name, Portia. It's Portia's birthday. So they having a birthday party. Now listen, I need y'all help. Okay, it's 75 of y'all in the chat. I need y'all help. I need y'all to put a 1 in the chat. Well, no, just if I'm doing too much, say really be you doing too much. If I'm putting 20 on 10, just tell me I'm putting 20 on 10. But they said that first they were going to do an Italian dinner, and at the last minute they had to change it to Mexican food, so they're just gonna have a quinceañera. You know what? Never mind. I forgot that Mauricio was Latino. Never mind what I was gonna say. Forgive exit. I'm glad I didn't say it. Forget what I was gonna say. I forgot that he was Latino. Forget it. But so Kyle annoyed me in this scene, and Kyle annoyed me last week with the whole tattoo thing and all of that. So we see them getting ready for the party or whatever. And Mauricio, the one thing I will agree with Kyle on is it is very annoying because I've had this happen to me, and I've actually had this happen to me recently. When you tell somebody that you're stressed out and you got a lot going on, and that person doesn't follow up with a conversation, well, what's going on? Well, how you feeling? Well, what's up? Because that actually has happened to me. And it is frustrating. It's frustrating when, you know, for me at least, it's frustrating. Because you're like, well, damn, you're not even going to ask why I'm stressed out? You're not even going to ask what's going on? So Mauricio was talking about how much he got going on with the agency and how they're traveling the world and they opening up agencies all over the world. And Kyle was like, yeah, well, I've had a really rough week too. And Mauricio was kind of like, okay, then. Now that would have annoyed me. I ain't going to lie, that would have annoyed me. But Portia comes down. Portia, oh my gosh, she has grown so much. She's 15 now, and she's just gorgeous. And she has grown so much. Oh my goodness. I was like, wow. So they have the party. The kids are there, and the mother-in-law, the in-laws are there. Mauricio's parents are there. So Estella, Mauricio's mom, pulls Kyle aside and said, hey, I've been getting really worried. I see all of you guys, I see y'all in the blogs. Are you good? Are y'all good? Now let me say this. I am so sick of never mind. I ain't gonna say that. Anyway, and Kyle was like, no, we're good. Everything's great. We're fine. And she was like, I mean, I did wear my wedding ring one time and the blogs picked it up and they made such a big deal about it. Like, oh my gosh, like, I mean, I was lifting weights. It was a big deal. You know, and I certainly don't want to be talking about this at my daughter's party. Listen, it was more than you just not wearing your ring, girl. It was already out there that there was trouble in paradise, that Mauricio was cheating on you and all of this. And then we had this whole situation. So let's not do that. Let's not make this out. Let's not put 20 on 10 and make it seem like it wasn't what it was. Girl, the headlines was already out there, and then we didn't see you in your ring. Okay. So they got talking about tattoos at the dinner table. And her daughter was like, oh, well, I think it was fair. It was like, oh, it's a fake tattoo. It's not real. And they got the laughing and looking at each other, whatever. And Kyle was like, oh, she's just testing it out. She's just testing it out. So then Kyle turns to Mauricio and was like, your parents know you have a tattoo? And he was like, no. She was like, oh, okay. So later on in the evening, Kyle tells her mother-in-law that she's got tattoos. And the mother-in-law was like, I don't care. Because I was sitting there thinking, Mauricio, you are in your 50s. Like, why does it matter whether your parents know you have a tattoo or not? And why does it matter that you have a tattoo? Like, you are grown. Like, you are grown. grown. Why is it even a big deal? And then Kyle goes over there and tells her mother-in-law, well, you know, I do have tattoos. And the mother-in-law, oh, is it Mauricio's name? Like, is it like, let me see my son's name? Because I guess she was thinking the only way you would get a tattoo must be that my son. Then she says, well, you know, Mauricio has tattoos too. And then the mother did, like, she got a little irritated by that. Now, I'm sure there's a, maybe it goes back to their religion. You know, they're Jewish. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not going to go too deep in that, but maybe there's a reason. And so then Kyle says to Mauricio, oh, I told your mom you have tattoos. He was like, why'd you do that? She was like, well, I mean, she doesn't care. It's not a big deal. He was like, but that's my business to tell. Why would you tell my mom that I have tattoos? Like, why would you do that? And then Kyle was like, oh my gosh, I felt so bad. Like, I don't know why I said it. Girl, first of all, how long has Mauricio had a tattoo? I need a timeline of how long this man has had a tattoo, and it's never been a conversation. It's never been an issue. It's never been a conversation. Has he had a tattoo longer than a year? Has he had it longer than 6 months? Because I'm not understanding why it was even a conversation about these damn tattoos. And Mauricio was understandably irritated as hell. Because I would have been. Because I would have really been sitting like, man, what is wrong with you? What the hell? So last night, we see the ladies getting ready to go on their birthday trip for Crystal. They meet all at the airport. They're going to Vegas. They all meet at the airport, and they fly private. Kyle must have provided the plane because they were like, "Thank you, Kyle. Thank you, Kyle." So they fly private, and then they get there, and there are red phantoms waiting on the tarmac to take the ladies to their hotel. Now, let me say something. Here's the shit that I don't like. Here's what I don't like. They made it a point to show us Garcel acting like she ain't never had nothing before, right? Garcel took a picture out in front of that phantom, and they showed us Garcel taking a picture in front of the phantom, as the way I took it, as if to show that she ain't never had this before. This is new for her. Like, she acted like this. You know, because at first, my first reaction was, all right, come on, Garcel, act like you've been somewhere before. Like, girl, you ain't have to take a picture in front of that phantom like that. But then I thought about it, and I was like, I know Garcel wasn't the only one that took a picture in front of that damn phantom. I know she wasn't. You're not going to convince me that Garcel was the only one that took a picture in front of that damn phantom. Now, don't get me wrong. If somebody picked me up in the phantom, baby, I'm going to take a picture. I am. But once again, it goes back to what Mims always talks about with Garcel in Beverly Hills, always making it seem like she's the poor one. Right? Last season with that whole thing about her buying a Birkin. You got to buy a used Birkin, and you got like all of this with the Birkin, right? I hate that. I hate that that they always make it like she's the poor one. Garcel is probably comfortable. I mean, I ain't saying she's a billionaire, but I feel like she's probably comfortable financially. I just think that she doesn't indulge in certain things because she didn't grow up rich. Right? She did work for all of what she has. And I just hate that I feel like they are always going out of their way to make her look like the poor one. I bet you if I Google right now, I didn't, but I probably could, because I almost think I remember a picture of Erica in front of that phantom. I almost think I remember a picture. But I promise you she wasn't the only one that did it. Why had to show us that? Now, that's just me. I'm going to get off my soapbox and I'm going to move on. You took it that way too, Budgets and Ways? Exactly. Right. The same way they did her with the Birkin. All right, y'all about to drop the link. We got 20 minutes if you want to come up and give your 2 cents on this, because we're almost at the end of this episode. I'm going to drop the link if you guys want to come up. You don't have to come on camera, but I do need to verify that you are a real person, okay? Backstage, I need you to just verify you're a real person, honey. But you don't have to come on camera. I ain't making nobody show their face. I think she may be financially responsible. They always say that truly rich folks shop at Walmart and Target. Yeah, child, that's probably why. Exactly. Mims was spot on. I didn't notice initially. Yeah, I mean, I saw some things, but that to me was just blatant. The Birkin thing last year, and this was just blatant. So anyway, the ladies get to the hotel. I forgot what hotel they're staying at. I don't remember. But they get to the hotel and they're staying in the top suite that, you know, they got their own pool and all kinds of stuff. Crystal has the master, you know, because it's her birthday. Now, Garcel and Sutton are the hosts. Y'all know how they do this on the Housewives. They're the host of the trip. Garcel and Sutton are sharing a room. Sutton took the whole damn closet, child. She had her assistant flying early and already got her shit hanging up in the damn room, and they done took the whole damn closet. Kyle and Dorit are sharing a room, and I guess who's left? I guess Erica got a room to herself. Wait a minute, damn, who's left? Kyle, Dorit, Erica, Sutton, Garcel, and Erica. Hell, I guess Erica gets a room to herself because there's no Lisa Rinna, and we know that there's a new housewife, but she hasn't been introduced yet. So, okay. Garcel doesn't want to be in Dorit and Erica's shoes, pretending that the money is limitless. Right. Exactly. Exactly, but we know that a lot of wealthy and famous people are cheap and don't buy designer like that. Listen, y'all know Tyra Banks tell y'all all the time she buy her sunglasses out the damn Walgreens, and y'all just assume that they're designer because she's Tyra Banks. She told y'all that before. She done told y'all that before that them sunglasses ain't designer. She done told y'all that she even said that sometimes she buy her makeup from the damn Walgreens sometimes. Child, she said if she need it, she do it. Okay. So anyway, that was pretty much the episode. It looks like next week we're gonna get into the Vegas trip, which looks like it turns into a whole thing. I don't know why Sutton acting up, but we'll wait till we get there to talk about it, child. Rich people don't get rich spending all their money. You better say it again, C Golden. Okay. Okay. All right, you guys. I'm gonna drop the link one more time. Because if not, I'm going to get up out of here. I just got finished watching Kiki Wyatt, child. Ooh, that episode. If y'all not watching Kiki Wyatt's reality show, it's pretty good. I recommend it. It's pretty good. It's cute. It's pretty good. I love Vegas trips. I knew Lil Baby was going to come up here. Come on, Lil Baby. Let me hear what Lil Baby got to say. I knew she was going to have some 2 cents, honey.
Hello?
Hey, girl. I can hear you.
Okay. No feedback?
No, it doesn't sound like it.
Okay, I just wanted to be sure. Because I'm on my phone and I'm driving.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, no, you're fine right now.
No, this episode, Dorit annoyed me. Dorit and Kai, I don't know what they're on. But this whole thing of now you all want to show the cracks in your relationship when it's always been rumored for years there was shit going on and y'all marriages really weren't like y'all portrayed. It's so weird to me. And Kyle, that whole dinner scene, and even going back to last week's episode of now her over cognizance of the camera and the audience and needing to lay out the storyline and now tell everyone, let me drop breadcrumbs to let the world know that we are having cracks. So in the end, we can announce that we're separated. Like, it's so annoying. It's so inauthentic. Dorit, I call BS on your little robbery. Let me tell you something. I'm a naturally pessimistic person. I don't trust nobody. So whenever someone is walking around me, I'm looking at you. And I've noticed the littlest thing about you that you didn't think I noticed about you. So please believe, if I'm walking around here with most likely a designer bag, Dorit ain't walking around with a Dooney and Burke. She not walking around with no Michael Kors. She not walking around like that. Her bag has a few zeros in it, and maybe it's limited edition. So she has that, and then on top of that, she has $10,000 in that bag. You trying to tell me you took your eye off of that for 5 seconds and didn't realize it wasn't gone until you got ready to check out? And then, of course, everyone peeped it. You had a buggy, so you had to be in some place like a Target or a Walmart. So you trying to tell me you walked around that whole store and you ain't recognized 3 men were following you not once? I'm on high alert with $50 in my pocket. Imagine how I'm going to be with $10K in my bag. And Dorit, why is everybody wanting to rob you? What's so special about you? Why are you the mark of the century? She is the most robbed person I have ever heard of. Yeah, this episode, they most definitely made it clear to try to paint Garcel as the poor one. And considering that Dorit and PK is always bouncing around from home to home, considering Erica Jane is in ruins financially, I'm trying to understand how she's the poor one. Because I ain't never heard of nothing about Garcel being late on rent, or her house is about to go into foreclosure. She ain't paid a tab here. She ain't done that there. I haven't heard that about Garcel. Like, just because she does not go out of her way to spend thousands of bags and purses and shoes and coats and etc., that does not mean that she does not have money. I hate that they try to make it seem like that. Like, we real people who know how wealthy people actually are, a lot of them think like Garcel, because a lot of them do come from humble beginnings like Garcel. They don't come from much. So a lot of them do carry that on into their adult lives. Not saying that they won't spend $2,000 on a watch, not saying that they won't spend $10,000 on a purse, but what we are saying is that's not a habit. The Timex tells the same time as the Rolex. It just does.
Exactly. And budget and ways, you're absolutely correct. If anybody was the poor one, it was Brandy Glanville. We know she didn't have no damn money. She let us know. She let us know she was broke.
So yeah, them pointing it out like Garcel has been around.
You going in and out. You must have hit a bad spot, little baby. She must have hit a bad spot.
I think I did.
Okay, I can hear you now. Say something. Yeah, you in and out. You in and out.
Hello.
In and out. Something you were getting ready to say, though. I was agreeing with you. Some little baby was saying just now, and I was getting ready to be like, yes, girl, that's a good point you was bringing up. And let's not forget the fact that, on top of the fact that Garcel has been in Hollywood a long time, let's not forget that her ex-husband is very wealthy. And she had 2 kids by him. Like, I don't think she's poor, but she definitely, I don't think she's like a billionaire, but she certainly isn't poor. I'm sorry. We're not going to spin that narrative.
Can you hear now?
No, I mean, a little bit better, but.
What about now?
Okay, you're better now. Okay, finish what you were saying.
Okay, yeah. I was saying, she's best friends with Jamie Foxx. She rolls in those circles. So you can't convince me that she's never, ever.
Oh, we lost her altogether now. I'm going to give her a minute to try to come back up, but if not, I'm going to wrap it up, you guys. But I'll give her a minute to try to come back up. But if not, little baby, if you listen, I'm going to wrap it up. If you can't, let me know if you're getting a better. I'm going to give you a few minutes. Yeah, I mean, I just hate, and again, Mims definitely, oh, here she come. Okay. Yeah, I'm sure she got a decent settlement, and she probably definitely got good child support with 2 twins. And when they got divorced, those boys were babies. So.
Oh yeah, I was just saying, like, she's been in Hollywood for around. She rolls in Hollywood circles. She's good friends with Jamie Foxx, who is an A-list actor. She knows these people. Of course, she's been around. She's been in Phantoms. This isn't her first time. She probably can own a Phantom if she wanted to. She just chose not to. Again, and with the Birkin situation, she probably can buy a Birkin. She just chose not to. For instance, Crystal. She owns a Birkin, but did Crystal buy that Birkin? No. What is Crystal's attitude? That's too much money for a bag. She is cheap and she can afford it. She can afford $100,000 bag, but she did not buy it. Her friend got it for her. She would not own a Birkin had her friend not got her that Birkin.
And like what Garcel said last year it wasn't that she couldn't afford it. It was just like she said, it was just wrapping her brain around spending that much money on a purse. Like, it wasn't that she didn't have the money. It was never about her having the money. It was about her spending the money on a purse.
Right. Like, yeah, it was just very obvious how they're painting her to be the poor one, even though we watched Erica Jane have her whole life swept from under her.
Right.
And we realized she was just really sitting on dust.
Right. Yeah, right. Last year, Crystal was talking about the outlet mall. And Erica and Crystal dressed like she shopped at the outlet mall, but anyway.
She does. I think that's all I can really remember because this episode was kind of dry. We're gonna be quite honest.
Yeah, it wasn't a lot with this episode. It looks like it heats back up next week.
It shows out
Vegas for whatever reasons. Yeah, Sutton acts a fool at the Magic Mike show for whatever reason, child. We don't know. We'll find out next week. But with that being said, y'all, I'm going to wrap it up here. And I will talk to y'all later. Mwah. Peace.
Bye.
Bye. Okay.